By 2000, NVIDIA had survived its near-death experience and invented the GPU. But that chip, built for gamers, was about to find a second purpose nobody saw coming. The 2000s brought brutal competition. AMD acquired NVIDIA's rival ATI in 2006, setting up the GPU rivalry that continues today. That same year, NVIDIA made a strange, unproven bet. It released CUDA, a platform letting ordinary programmers run code on a GPU's parallel cores for tasks that had nothing to do with graphics. There was no obvious market for it. Many people inside and outside the company were skeptical. It cost real money to build, with no guarantee anyone would use it. Huang funded it anyway, betting that someday, something would need this kind of computing power. That something arrived from a place nobody in the graphics industry was watching: academic AI research. Neural networks had existed for decades but lacked the data and computing power to work well. In 2007, a Stanford researcher named Fei Li built a massive labeled image dataset called ImageNet. In 2012, a University of Toronto team trained a neural network called AlexNet on that dataset using just 2 NVIDIA GPUs, largely out of one researcher's bedroom. It won a major image recognition competition by a landslide. Historians now mark this as the moment that ignited the modern deep learning boom. CUDA, the bet nobody had asked for, had just found its purpose. Through the 2010s, NVIDIA grew on 2 tracks at once. Gaming GPUs kept improving, and AI researchers kept adopting CUDA as their default platform. Then came a wild card. Around 2017, cryptocurrency miners discovered gaming GPUs were excellent for mining Bitcoin and Ethereum. They bought up cards in bulk, driving prices far above retail and emptying shelves for actual gamers. NVIDIA's revenue surged, but in 2018, crypto prices crashed, mining demand vanished overnight, and NVIDIA was left holding a massive unsold inventory. The stock dropped about 18% in a single day. Huang admitted the company had been caught by surprise. Even through that crash, NVIDIA was building its next leap. The GeForce RTX series, launched in 2018, brought real-time ray tracing to consumer graphics cards for the first time, alongside an AI-powered upscaling feature called DLSS, an early sign of how deeply graphics and AI were starting to merge inside the company. Then, in November 2022, OpenAI released ChatGPT, and it exploded into one of the fastest-growing products in history. Every company suddenly needed massive computing power to train large language models, and NVIDIA's chips were the only ones built and ready for the job. Demand outstripped supply so badly that the bottleneck wasn't customers anymore, it was how many chips could physically be manufactured. What followed was one of the fastest wealth creations in corporate history. NVIDIA crossed $1 trillion in market value in May 2023. It unveiled its next architecture, Blackwell, in 2024, split its stock 10-for-1, and replaced Intel in the Dow Jones Industrial Average that same year. Annual revenue hit roughly $130 billion, more than doubling year over year, with AI data center sales now dwarfing the gaming business that had once been the company's entire identity. In July 2025, NVIDIA became the first company ever to hit $4 trillion in market value. Less than 4 months later, on October 29, 2025, it became the first company in history to cross $5 trillion. Through every chapter, one person stayed in place: Jensen Huang, founder and CEO since 1993, over 3 decades at the helm of the same company. He has said the company's near-death experience in 1996 still shapes how it operates today. A graphics chip company, built by 3 engineers who believed video games needed better math, ended up building the engine room of the artificial intelligence age, not because anyone planned it that way, but because the math video games demanded turned out, decades later, to be exactly the math intelligence itself would need to.